So it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, so to speak. If you haven't noticed, there have been a lot of AAA games coming out in the last few weeks. We've had Gears of War 4, Battlefield 1, Call of Duty, Dishonored 2, Titanfall 2, Watch Dogs 2, Mafia 3, probably even a few more that I can't even recall right now. And so on paper, it would seem like this is a perfect time to be gaming. And really it is. There are a ton of games to be played, and I've been playing quite a few myself. But whenever you look at the actual sales as to how these games are performing, a lot of these games are way underperforming by huge margins. Titanfall 2, for instance, down 75% compared to the first one, even though it's now available on the PS4. Dishonored 2 down 40%. Watch Dogs 2 down 80% compared to the first one. Call of Duty down 50%. Now, several of these titles you could go look at on a case-by-case basis and maybe come up with a story as to why maybe the sales aren't as good as what they were expecting, I guess you could say. Watch Dogs 2, for instance, delayed on the PC. I'm not really sure that that's going to make that big of a difference. I know a lot of people are having Call of Duty fatigue. I can't imagine how bad the sales would be if they didn't package that game in with the Modern Warfare remastered version, because a lot of people bought it just to get that remastered. Dishonored 2, I know a lot of people were excited because I told them that I was going to do another walkthrough like I did with the first game that came out, because I really did enjoy that. I had every intention of doing that because I actually pre-ordered it just so I could get it a day early. And you remember a couple of weeks ago I made a video about Bethesda saying that they weren't going to be sending out early review copies anymore, and I said the thing that you need to be worried about is quality. Now, a lot of people got pissy with me about that. They're like, this is Bethesda. You don't have to worry about Bethesda. You know, you have to worry about that with all these other companies. Well, guess what? I bought Dishonored 2. It ran like complete crap. And I played it for about an hour before I demanded a refund and got that back on Steam. That's the one good thing about the PC, is it's pretty easy to get your money back. So Dishonored 2 didn't work out for me, didn't work out for a lot of people. I do know that they did release a patch, but it came out like a week after the release. And by that time, like, it's way too late to start on a walkthrough as far as I'm concerned. So that pissed me off. Then Titanfall 2. Another video that I made a couple of weeks ago where I pissed some people off because I said this game needs to be delayed. Like, this is the most retarded launch date for a game I've probably ever seen. I mean, you put it right beside Call of Duty, right beside Battlefield. It made 0 sense, and now the devs are actually leaving it up in the air as to whether or not there'll actually be any more Titanfall games. Like, the release date may have literally killed this series. I don't think it did, but they're talking like it's pretty demoralizing as far as that team is concerned while they're looking at the sales for this game. Now, we are entering the time period where all the sales are going to be taking place. The vast majority of them, you got Black Friday, you got Cyber Monday, so a lot of people are going to be buying these games on sale. So yes, the sales will get better, but people are going to be buying them while they're on sale, which means that the revenue isn't going to be as good as what it would have been if they would have got the full $60 for each game, because now you're going to see sales. Actually, you're already seeing sales. If you follow my Twitter, I've been tweeting these games out. Battlefield 1, pretty much half price. Titanfall 2 was half price. A lot of other games. Dishonored 2 as well. Pretty much almost all the games that I mentioned early on is already half price on a lot of these sites. So I'll actually link those below if you missed those, so you can go catch some good sales on these. But I think even though you could look at each title individually and find flaws in it, I think the overall arching issue, and this is what affects all of them, is the idea that so many publishers want to launch their games for the holidays. And in an economy that's already sucking for a lot of people, trying to stand out in a sea of AAA blockbusters makes 0 sense. And on top of that, you got people who are wanting to buy a PS4 Pro and a new console or a new VR system. So you're asking people to spend a whole lot of money just in this one particular part of the calendar. And if Titanfall, for instance, would have simply waited till February, a few weeks after the holidays, when everybody's starting to get bored of the games that they got for the holidays, I guarantee you that it would be doing a whole lot better than what it is right now. Because right now, you barely see anybody talking about it or playing it. I've got it. I've barely even touched it myself. And so I think a lot of these companies need to stop acting like the holidays is the only time to release a game and spread it out more throughout the rest of the year. And I know this isn't something that just happened all of a sudden this year in 2016. It's always happened, but it seems to be almost more magnified this go around because, like I said, you have a ton of AAA titles that have released just in the span of the last few weeks, and it's a lot of money for a lot of people. And a lot of people want to play these games, but they can't afford to buy all of them at the same exact time. So anyway, like I said, publishers need to spread it out. Again, I'll leave links down in the description box if you want to find the best deals on some of the consoles, games, and also 4K TVs that I've mentioned in the past few weeks. So there are some really good deals out there. So now is the time to buy, but up until now, people aren't actually buying them the way that these publishers expected them to be buying. So sales are way down across the board, but now is definitely a good time to be gaming. That is it for me, The Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn.